Streaming live now on News8000.com. You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now, this weekend.
Good evening and thank you for watching News 8 Now this weekend. I'm Jeremy Wall. 2 people are injured after a fire damaged their mobile home in Sparta this morning. The fire happened on the 100 block of Avon Drive. 3 mobile homes and 6 vehicles were damaged during the blaze. The fire is displacing families, causing some to stay with relatives and others in a motel. Sparta residents are putting up a collection for essential items that can be donated to the family. Clothes and personal care products can be delivered to 300 South Water Street in Sparta. The cause of the fire is still under investigation.
Well, we had a little bit of a more seasonable day today compared to how we ended the week on Friday, with some places seeing the 80s. Today was much more fall-like. There was a pretty big temperature gradient out there, though, as we had some showers passing through the area for much of the day. Here's a look at those rainfall totals from the last 24 hours. Well, it wasn't much. It was enough to make a difference on those temperatures. Areas north of Eau Claire just seeing a trace to maybe 0.2 of an inch, with a lot of that heavier stuff falling down near Madison and Milwaukee. So there were sprinkles out there, however, many of us got to miss it. We're going to see another chance of it tomorrow, possibly throughout the afternoon. La Crosse could see a few scattered showers. The morning's going to be a little chilly, although fairly seasonable for this time of year. Eau Claire could see some showers going through those very early morning hours, already at 4 and 6 in the morning, with some scattered showers passing through the area. Now, there will be those showers in the morning and an additional chance for some isolated ones passing through in the afternoon. Overall, Sunday's going to be much cooler and pretty windy out there. And then as we look at the week ahead, it's going to be a cool start to the week, but after that, we'll get back up into the upper 70s, so we'll definitely feel above average as we get towards Thursday and Friday.
I'll take the upper 70s. All right, thanks, Nicole. A legendary former Packers quarterback is visiting the Coulee region this weekend. Today, Brett Favre stopped by Champions Riverside Resort for the Legends Weekend fundraiser. Each year, the event raises money for the Gilbert Brown Foundation, a nonprofit that provides support, education, and resources to kids in Wisconsin. Favre joined other former Packers players, including Gilbert Brown, Santana Dotson, Earl Dotson, and Dorsey Levens, signing autographs and taking pictures with the fans. Folks from all over made the trip to see the Packers legends, some people coming as far as Charleston, South Carolina.
I just wanted to come here and do this and meet Brett Favre and all the guys, and having a really good time.
20, please go to
And this was Favre's first time participating in Legends Weekend. People in La Crosse are lacing up their shoes for a good cause. The Down Syndrome Association of Wisconsin Greater La Crosse held its 22nd annual Down Syndrome Awareness Walk today at Myrick Park. Each year, the event promotes acceptance and visibility for individuals with Down syndrome and raises funds to help local families. One board member says the event is helping the community understand the amazing qualities of these individuals.
It's important, just raising awareness, also just for the community to understand like how special these individuals are and how amazing it is.
Now, attendees were able to take team photos, join a family walk, and enter a raffle. Winona State University is showcasing school spirit today with its yearly homecoming parade. This year, a new parade route was introduced with the goal of increasing community participation. The new route began at the intersection of 8th and Johnson Street and proceeded through Winona State's campus toward their gazebo. In addition to the parade, attendees had the opportunity to enjoy several events such as live music, giveaways, and kids activities. Following the parade, the community were invited to attend the football game. A festival is helping the community unleash their imagination. This year's 3rd annual Sandbar Storytelling Festival took place at St. Mary's University in Winona. The festival aims to showcase storytelling performances that honor and preserve diverse cultural traditions and human experiences. The artistic director says the festival is creating opportunities for special moments.
When I see a room full of people laughing together, and that's not something that happens very often anymore. But when you have a room full of people laughing together, it's very powerful.
Attendees could enjoy food trucks, kids activities, and several storytelling sessions. Presidential candidates are intensifying their campaigns with only 23 days remaining until the election. Find out how both candidates are working to secure key states when we return.
Politics these days stinks. Too much hot air, and you know what else. But I'm no stranger to putting in a hard day's work and getting the job done. I have a history of bipartisan accomplishments. It's a hard job, but I'm not afraid to get my hands dirty. I can reach across the aisle and pass good bills just as easily as I can walk across the barnyard with my shovel. So whether it's doing chores on the farm or passing bills in Madison, I'm Steve Doyle, and I'm ready to get back to work for you.
Hey, Dominic here, and we always get asked, what do you have for chicken? With over 40 blends at our outlet store, we recommend these 4: chicken, barbecue, Jamaican jerk, and good old original. Just take your chicken, brush some olive oil on it, shake on your choice of seasoning, and grill or bake thoroughly until done. From mild to a little spicy, you can make sure everyone's satisfied, and they're all low in sodium. Get these seasonings and more at the outlet store. And you can even sauce it up using barbecue seasoning and ketchup.
For over 6 decades, Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Toyland has made wishes come true. The magic is back this weekend with incredible doorbuster deals and more. Like half off select Lego play sets, just $4.99. Melissa and Doug boxed puzzles or rainbow cake sets, also half price. Rewards members get a free $5 Blaine's gift card with every $50 toy purchase. Plus, shop store-wide doorbusters like large bags of Blaine's Wild Bird Food, just $14.99. Don't miss Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Toyland opening weekend, going on now.
Kamala Harris is going to significantly raise taxes.
Taxes are going to have to go up?
Kamala's plan will raise families' taxes by nearly $2,600 a year. Under Kamala, prices have already soared. Now she'd make it worse with even higher taxes.
Taxes are going to have to go up?
President Trump will cut taxes again. No taxes on tips, overtime, or Social Security.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Now to the race for the White House. A New York Times and Siena poll out today on Pennsylvania and Arizona shows Harris up by 6 points in the Keystone State and Trump up by 4 points in Arizona.
Supporters showed up early at this Coachella ranch, awaiting former President Donald Trump.
I think that there's a lot of closet Trumpers in California.
But well before his desert debut in her home state, Vice President Kamala Harris released her medical records. A letter from her physician stated she was in excellent health and possesses the physical and mental resiliency to serve as president, and only noted a few minor issues, including seasonal allergies and hives.
Today I released my medical records, as has, I believe, every candidate for president of the United States except Donald Trump in this election cycle.
The Trump campaign responded with a statement that described the 78-year-old former president in perfect and excellent health to be commander-in-chief and pointed to previous letters from his doctors. But earlier this year, Trump told CBS News he would make his medical records public.
Oh, sure. I would do that very gladly, sure.
If you look at our borders, they're horrible.
Today, the former president courted Latino voters at a Nevada roundtable after vowing a crackdown on migrants who enter the U.S. illegally. The New York Times released its full interview with vice presidential candidate J.D. Vance, in which he repeatedly refused to say if former President Trump lost the 2020 election.
Do you believe he lost the 2020 election?
I think that Donald Trump and I have both raised a number of issues with the 2020 election.
Senator, yes or no?
Okay.
Did Donald Trump lose the 2020 election?
Let me ask you a question.
At a campaign stop in Pennsylvania, he was asked again.
As I said in that interview, and I'm going to say to you right now, I think the election of 2020 had serious problems. You want to call it rigged, call it whatever you want to. It wasn't okay.
Former President Trump heads to Battleground, Arizona Sunday, while Vice President Harris does more outreach with black voters in North Carolina. Nicole Killian, CBS News, Coachella, California.
Still ahead on News 8 Now this weekend, Halloween expenses are on the rise. We'll tell you this year's expected spending right after this.
Tomorrow we're going to see some windier and cooler conditions with the chance for some showers going throughout the morning hours. I'll have your full forecast coming up after the break.
100 Republicans who worked in national security for Presidents Reagan, both Bushes, and for President Trump, now endorsing Harris for president.
She came up as a prosecutor, an attorney general, into the Senate. She has the kind of character that's going to be necessary in the presidency.
Vice President Harris is standing in the breach at a critical moment in our nation's history. We have a shared commitment as Americans to do what's right for this country. This year, I am proudly casting my vote for Vice President Kamala Harris.
Former generals, secretaries of defense, secretaries of the Army, Navy, and Air Force, CIA directors, and National Security Council leaders under Democratic and Republican presidents, Republican members of Congress, and even former Trump administration officials agree there's only one candidate fit to lead our nation, and that's Kamala Harris.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
Are you looking for more in your next job? How about more pay with frequent wage increases? More advancement to promote from within? How about more time off? More benefits? More company incentives? And let's face it, more satisfaction. If you're looking for an employer who will offer you this and more, apply at Pilgrims in Arcadia today. www.pilgrims.com.
Black River Furniture Outlet is marking a special milestone this year. 30 years of community, family, and business. Offering cabin furniture,
patio furniture, rugs,
dining furniture,
mattresses,
sofas and love seats. It's stupendous.
Stop in and check out 3 showrooms of product. Furniture from our family to yours. Black River Furniture Outlet, Black River Falls.
I'm sick and tired of getting ripped off by career politicians. And Tammy Baldwin, she's one of the worst. Baldwin's in bed with Wall Street. While she sleeps in her girlfriend's $1 million condo in New York City, Wisconsin families are getting hammered by high inflation and handouts for illegal immigrants. Tammy and her girlfriend are living large while Wisconsin families foot the bill. Frankly, it's time for Tammy Baldwin to go.
I'm Eric Huffey, and I approve this message. Join my team and give today.
Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, your choice for quality, affordable windows, installed by our experienced team. Contact us or stop into our showroom today for your free estimate.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Welcome back. Halloween spending is expected to reach $11.6 billion in the U.S. this year, according to a National Retail Federation survey. Last year, a record-setting $12.2 billion was spent for Halloween. The primary drivers of the holiday are candy, decorations, and costumes. Consumers are expected to spend an average of about $103.63 per person. This year, many big box retailers are getting into the spooky season earlier than ever before, with some of them starting to sell Halloween merchandise as early as June. Boeing announced its plan to cut about 10% of the company workforce. The manufacturing giant has more than 170,000 employees worldwide, the vast majority of those in the U.S. This is among the cost-cutting moves taken by new CEO Kelly Ortberg, who took the helm at Boeing in August. He says Boeing needs to refocus resources and not spread itself too thin. The company is also dealing with a strike of 33,000 hourly workers. Talks between the two sides broke down earlier this week. Boeing has reported core operating losses of more than $33 billion. That's from the time since its 737 MAX plane was grounded for nearly 2 years following 2 fatal crashes. If you're not looking forward to the cooler months and wanted one more trip to the beach, then you're in luck. Airfares to some of the world's most gorgeous beaches are now a lot cheaper. The flight comparison site Skyscanner recently released a travel trends report that revealed the destinations with the biggest airfare drop from the U.S. over the past year. The location that came out on top was the Mediterranean resort city of Nice. Fares to the city fell by 27% in the first half of the year compared to last year. And if you want to travel a little closer to the U.S., then head to Castries, St. Lucia, and Bridgetown, Barbados. Fares to those locations dropped by 25% and 24%. All right, let's send it over to First Warn meteorologist Nicole Skaliski with a check of the forecast. And Nicole, those places sound gorgeous. I don't know about you, but when January rolls around, I'm going to be wishing I was there.
Yeah, I would agree, especially taking a look at our temperatures that we're going to see tomorrow. Barbados is not sounding too bad right now. Now, we are going to see a couple of showers moving through the area as we go throughout the early morning Sunday. These are mainly going to be north of Eau Claire, as we can see them right up here. Those are going to continue to move southeast throughout the area, mainly following I-94 down to the south and not really extending any further past that. So much of those showers are really just north and west of the I-94 corridor. As we go throughout the afternoon, though, eventually that low pressure system is going to start to circulate some more showers through most of the area. However, as you can see, these showers are going to be very isolated in nature, not really expecting much in terms of accumulation. In fact, most of us that are south of I-94 are going to be staying dry tomorrow with that slight chance for a sprinkle or two dropping on the sidewalk. Other than that, much of that accumulation again is just north and east of I-94. As we can see, we're looking at rain amounts just under a quarter of an inch, so not really anything too impactful. However, there will be some of those showers again. Most of that is going to be coming through that morning stretch. Looking at the next 7 days in terms of precipitation, after that stuff we have on Sunday, there's going to be another chance for some more scattered showers passing through on Monday. And then most of that work week is looking dry until we get towards the end, going into Friday and then into next weekend as well. That's when we see that next shot of showers. Other than that, we're looking at a mostly dry week ahead of us. Now tomorrow, it's going to be wet and a little bit cool, and it's also going to be windy. We're looking at sustained wind speeds here. Already at 11 a.m., we're seeing 18 miles an hour, slowly moving up throughout those afternoon hours, getting anywhere between 15 and 20, possibly to 25 miles an hour for the sustained winds in some locations. The strongest of the winds will be west of the Mississippi River Valley, where there's less tree coverage to kind of block some of these winds. The gusts with these wind speeds are going to be the main concern here. As we go throughout into the afternoon hours, we're going to see most places seeing wind gusts upwards of 40 to 35 miles an hour at times. Definitely going to be blowing out there. So if you have any outdoor plants that you have hanging up, like some potted plants or something, maybe put them on the ground for the day because you don't want these falling off. 40 miles an hour will definitely make an impact like that with lawn furniture and stuff like that. Other than that, tonight we're looking at a fairly mild night. Much of the area is sitting in the mid 40s. We'll have that increasing cloud cover going into tonight, although like I said, much of those showers are really holding off until we get into the morning hours north of I-94. And then here's those highs. Definitely not feeling like Barbados out there. Seeing areas in the mid to low 50s, possibly sticking in the 40s up to some of those northern counties as well. And again, most of those showers are holding off into the morning hours with a couple isolated chances as we go throughout the afternoon. Other than that, it's going to be a little bit of a windy one. Be aware of that. Again, those gusts are upwards of 40 miles an hour tomorrow. But after we go into the week, Monday, we're not really looking at a wind problem. We could see a shower or two. However, we're starting off very cool. We're actually going to be below average, believe it or not, for a day or two. But then, of course, it's fall. We got to be on that roller coaster wave with those temperatures. We'll roll back up to above average by the end of the week, getting into the 70s again, breezier conditions again as well, and then not really seeing rain chances until next weekend after this little shot.
At least the temperatures are going up again.
I want fall. So it's a wild ride, though. It makes my job interesting.
Like you said, not Barbados, but still pretty nice.
I'll take lacrosse weather. Yeah.
All right, thank you so much, Nicole. Coming up in sports, we go to the football field. Winona State looking for their second straight win with a quarterback some of you might recognize. Kate has the highlights right after the break.
News 8 Now Sports is brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Wisconsin, with 6 locations of fun.
Chart your career with a fabricator position at Chart Industries. Starting wage up to $30 per hour with no experience necessary. Excellent pay and awesome benefits. Apply now at jobs.chartindustries.com.
Kamala Harris is going to significantly raise taxes.
Taxes are going to have to go up?
Kamala's plan will raise families' taxes by nearly $2,600 a year. Under Kamala, prices have already soared. Now she'd make it worse with even higher taxes.
Taxes are going to have to go up?
President Trump will cut taxes again. No taxes on tips, overtime, or Social Security.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
How much are your old windows costing you? Heat that either escapes or enters windows accounts for roughly 30% of the energy used to heat and cool your home. For a limited time, River Valley Remodelers is offering a free energy audit for your home's windows. We'll show you the energy loss and help you find the perfect option that fits your budget and matches your style. Our windows are energy efficient and designed for all of our weather, keeping your home comfortable year-round. River Valley Remodelers. Call today for your free energy audit.
Arthritis, high blood pressure, breast cancer. Almost everyone has a pre-existing condition and could lose health insurance if Derek Van Orden and Washington Insiders get their way. They take money from big insurance companies, then try to strip coverage for pre-existing conditions. Van Orden and Washington Insiders don't care about you, so if you get sick, you get dropped. Time to drop Derek Van Orden and these Washington Insiders from Congress.
I'm Rebecca Cook, and I approve this message.
Chart your career with a fabricator position at Chart Industries. Starting wage up to $30 per hour with no experience necessary. Excellent pay and awesome benefits. Apply now at jobs.chartindustries.com.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports with Kate Overton.
Winona State football got off to a rough start to the season, starting just 1-3, but there's some hope for the Warriors after a QB change last week led them to their second win of the season, and today they were looking to do it again. Let's go there. Warriors taking on University of Mary. Former Aquinas Blue Gold Jackson Flottmeyer making his second straight start for Winona, and he was lighting it up. First drive of the game, Flottmeyer rolling out, throws on the run, and that's a dime to Sylvere Campbell for the first down. Now, the drive would stall, but the Warriors would take a 3-0 lead on the field goal. All right, second drive of the game. Flottmeyer, quick throw to Campbell again, breaks the tackle, picks up the first down before being pushed out of bounds, and a few plays later, Flottmeyer using the legs up the middle and scores. Warriors go up 10, and Flottmeyer was fired up, but he wasn't done. Next drive, and this time he's going to air it out deep. Has a man, that's Joe Sigma, coming down with it for the big gain, and then later in the drive on the goal line, and Flottmeyer going to sneak it in for 6. Warriors dominate 48-7 the final. Flottmeyer would finish with 299 total yards and 5 total touchdowns. Have a day, young man. Down a level in Division III, the UWL Eagles fall apart late as the Oshkosh Titans make the comeback and take down UWL 34-33. Eagles had a chance at a game-winning field goal late, but it would be no good. UWL falls in their third straight game and are now just 2-3 on the year. They'll be on the road in Eau Claire next Saturday. Badgers on the East Coast taking on Rutgers early in this one. Braden Locke, he airs it out to the end zone, and Will Pauling comes down with it. Wisconsin goes up 7. Later in the quarter, Wisconsin on the goal line, 4th and 1, but they don't care. Tyree Walker taking the handoff, forces his way in for 6. Badgers up 14. Rutgers trying to get some points up before the half, but the field goal is blocked. The Wisconsin special teams making a play. They take a 2-score lead into the half, and in the second half, they wouldn't slow down. First and goal, and Walker bounces outside. Nobody going to catch him. It's 28-0 Wisconsin. Then in the fourth quarter, Badgers running out the clock, but Walker breaks one loose, 55 yards to the house. Badgers dominate 42-7 the final. Gophers out on the West Coast, Big Ten geography, a little weird nowadays. They're taking on UCLA. Gophers trailed for the entire first half, but 2 quick touchdowns in the third quarter have them up 4. Minnesota looking to improve to 4-3 on the year. Let's go back to Winona. Cotter boys soccer hosting St. Charles, Lewis, and Altura for a section semifinal matchup early into the second half. Cotter on the corner kick. They get it inside, but the ball not wanting to go in until finally Ruben Cueto taps it in. That gives the Ramblers a 1-0 lead, but shortly after, the Saints strike on a free kick. The header into the back of the net. We're all even at 1. Under 3 to play. Cotter gets another corner kick, and this time Carson Rader takes it off the post and puts it in. Go celebrate with the fans as the Ramblers are now 1 game away from state. They get the win 2-1 over the Saints. How about some cross-country runners fighting the wind in Arcadia for the Holt Invite? First up, we had the girls race. Leading the pack, it was CFC's Addie Delman. She won state her freshman year, trying to get back to the top as a junior. She takes first in 18:26. Following her was Neceda's Delilah Heaton at 18:35, and then third was Independence Taylor Sila. Next up, the boys race. A lot of good runners in this one. Leader of the pack, Declan Gregg. Nobody even close to him. The Aquinas Blue Gold was flying. He would end up taking first in 16 minutes, 6 seconds. And then over a minute later, his teammate Thomas Gorman takes second. And then third was Max Vogel of Necedah. Aquinas takes home the top team scores for both girls and boys. A quick look ahead to tomorrow. The 3-2 Green Bay Packers back at home for a noon kickoff, taking on the 2-3 Arizona Cardinals. Green Bay enters the game as a 5.5-point favorite. A big part of that comes from Arizona's defense. Only 7 teams give up more yards per game than the Cardinals. But on the other side of the ball, the Packers going to have to find a way to slow down Kyler Murray in a dynamic Cardinal offense. Our own Jacob Lensdorf making the trip. He'll have the post-game report tomorrow night at 10. Vikings are on a bye week. They're sitting at 5-0. That's all for sports. We'll be right back.
Who's that Derek Van Orden think he is? He thinks he's better than us. Like that time he screamed at somebody, I don't give a who you are. I'm a congressman.
Language! Who does Derek Van Orden think he is, supporting an abortion ban?
I'm Rebecca Cook. Let me tell you who I am. I grew up on a dairy farm, run a small business, and I wait tables. Around here, we work hard, respect our neighbors' freedoms, and aren't looking for special treatment. We need one of us to represent us. That's why I approve this message.
It's time for Jolivet Family Farms Fall Harvest. There's no substitute for homegrown freshness. Stop by today for some of Jolivet's homegrown squash, kraut cabbage, popcorn, and hardy mums. Check out our large selection of pumpkins and pie pumpkins. We also feature many fall decorations, including corn stalks, gourds, specialty pumpkins, and straw bales. Take home some pumpkin cheesecake bars, cookies, pies, or bread from our homemade bakery. Buy fresh, buy local. Open daily, year-round. Jolivet Family Farms, West Salem.
Party pants on, people! Taco John's new 2-for-$5 Fiesta Chicken Tacos are here. That's right, grilled old white meat chicken is here to Fiesta. Fresh Pico is here to Fiesta. And Fiesta sauce is obviously here to Fiesta. It's Fiesta sauce, kinda its whole thing. That and being creamy and savory and awesome. Fiesta at our place and lasers. New 2-for-$5 Fiesta Chicken Tacos, only at Taco John's. Bigger, bolder, better.
With Chevy trucks, be ready for adventure. With power you can count on. Capability that doesn't compromise. A hard-working EV with more range than any competitor. And the potential to take you anywhere.
Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups.
Or get $5,750 total value on this Silverado. Visit HometownChevy.com.
I'm Stacy Klein. As a volleyball mom, I remember looking forward to our week for team snacks. But now even the generic brands are expensive. And while career politicians are busy pointing fingers and bickering, Wisconsin families are still suffering. That's why I'm running for state senate, to lower the cost of living, cut taxes, and get Madison back to working as a team again. Because Western Wisconsin families are tired of settling for generic brands and generic politicians.
If you're a fan of Crocs, you can soon pick up a pair for your little furry friend. The footwear company is introducing Pet Crocs later this month in partnership with the pet supply company and subscription service Bark. It's part of the annual Croctober campaign, which includes the release of a fan-inspired product. Starting October 23rd, Pet Crocs will be available for a limited time in 2 colors, green slime and pink dragon fruit. Matching classic line Crocs for humans will be available the same day. With Halloween approaching, one Houston couple wanted to make a really big impression with their decorations. They built a life-size 40-foot pirate ship complete with a captain, cannons, and a treasure chest, and a few other surprises. Amanda Henderson shows us their creation.
I don't care who I have to cut down.
Halloween decorations are going up all across Houston, proving once again there's really no time quite like the holiday season.
I remember when I was a kid and I would there was that one house, right, that you would go to and it really left an impression on you. And we're hoping to be that one house.
On Jake Massell and Braxton Kirwan Street, you'll see standard and unique decorations.
Here behind me, I got a 40-foot pirate ship.
Jake and Braxton have been planning this design since June while traveling to their wedding.
We were waiting for our next flight, and we started looking at ideas for Halloween, and I said, what if we did pirates?
The idea quickly turned into an authentic, life-size pirate ship, complete with a captain, cannons, treasure chest, and a few surprises.
They'd have the sights, the sounds, even the smells from the wood, and that would really give them an authentic experience.
Their family even flew in to help, everyone putting in 8-hour days over the past week to make it all happen.
Who doesn't want to build a pirate ship once in their life?
The couple has done themed decorations for the past few years, a tradition they feel is important to continue after moving to Houston in 2021.
This particular neighborhood was hit really hard during Harvey.
The couple's neighborhood sits right next to Buffalo Bayou.
When you're having to decide between putting a new kitchen in your house from the flood or you're choosing to decorate for Halloween, well, the kitchen's going to win.
It's why when you roll up to the couple's home, they hope everyone gets some joy out of what they've created.
And if you want to see the decorations, you can come to the West Houston Memorial Thicket neighborhood. We'll have more right after the break.
The News 8 Plus app. Local news on your time.
Get an extra 10% off sale prices during the 4-day sale at Home Furniture.
Billionaire banker Eric Hovde has a plan for Social Security.
Do you favor either raising the retirement age or cutting benefits? I favor both.
Raising the retirement age?
You have to start changing the retirement age.
Hovde wants to raise the retirement age as high as 72. And Hovde just proposed cutting Social Security by 28%, costing the average beneficiary more than $6,000 a year. Eric Hovde, what's wrong with this guy?
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
Are record high energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today.
Kamala opened our borders and supported amnesty for illegal immigrants, making them eligible for Social Security and Medicare. Their open borders will bankrupt Social Security and Medicare, hurting American seniors. Senator Baldwin supports making illegals eligible for free benefits and voted for higher taxes on Social Security. Now she's lying about Eric Hovde again. The truth, Eric Hovde will always protect Social Security.
I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message.
For over 6 decades, Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Toyland has made wishes come true. The magic is back this weekend with incredible doorbuster deals and more, like assorted Barbie dolls, just $3.99. This Hot Wheels Action Energy track set, only $9.99. Rewards members get a free $5 Blaine's gift card with every $50 toy purchase. Plus, shop store-wide doorbusters like your choice of these Era laundry detergents, just $7.99. Don't miss Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Toyland opening weekend, going on now.
In 2016, Donald Trump said he would choose only the best people to work in his White House. Now those people have a warning for America. Trump is not fit to be president again. Here's his vice president.
Anyone who puts himself over the Constitution should never be president of the United States.
I cannot in good conscience endorse Donald Trump this year.
His defense secretary.
Do you think Trump can be trusted with the nation's secrets ever again?
No. I mean, it's just irresponsible action that places our service members at risk, places our nation's security at risk.
His national security advisor.
Donald Trump will cause a lot of damage. The only thing he cares about is Donald Trump.
And the nation's former highest-ranking military officer.
We don't take an oath to a king or a queen or to a tyrant or a dictator. And we don't take an oath to a wannabe dictator.
Take it from the people who knew him best. Donald Trump is too big a risk for America.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
Get the day's news in your inbox. Email newsletters from News 8 Now. Sign up today. Go to news8000.com/newsletters to get started.
Here's a nice little animation of what your trash can might look like tomorrow. I would highly recommend going and putting a fresh trash bag out there to maybe keep it weighed down. Hopefully it'll do some work. Kind of tough with gusts near 35 to 40 miles an hour though. That could really whip a trash can pretty far. Thankfully, we won't have to deal with that wind for more than just Sunday. We're going to calm down a little bit until we get to the end of the week. It's kind of that time of year, though. We really start to feel those breezier conditions this time of year.
I know, you could feel it today out at that Winona State football game. I mean, it was
looked like
crazy. It was flowing everywhere.
That ball was flying.
It was.
That's going to do it for this edition of News 8 Now this weekend. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night, everyone.